So Samsung partnered with me and my company Pop Rock, and the project being that we're going to take three directors, three artists, three local up and coming, kind of like talented, really on the verge. Everyone sees the potential, and bring them together to shoot a music video with the new Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So involved in that is an element of mentorship, but at the end of the day, these are really advanced. I joke, like, this is a camera that has a phone on it,
Right.
not a phone with a camera. And it shoots 4K, it shoots slow motion, it shoots underwater, it stabilizes, has three lenses, it has all these amazing features. So it's a matter of putting it to the test. All right, what can it do? And for me, I provided some creative direction for each director, each project. So one of the projects will be shot horizontally. It will be a narrative. It's meant to speak to the filmmaking, like the classical filmmaking, saying to someone watching, hey, maybe you could shoot your film with this, your short film, with some project you want to do, this could be the thing. Then another video is going to be done vertically, in studio, with a nod to fashion photography, and as well as the new formats that things exist in.
Right.
And then the last one will be shot square, underwater.
Cool.
Or in the water in some form, because again, the camera is resistant, water resistant, up to 30 minutes in 1.5 meters. So it's a really different kind of deal. So each project speaks a bit to filmmaking, where filmmaking's going, the new platforms, the new realities of what it means to create content in this time. And we're letting it go from there. Then on set and with the directors itself, there's actually just some mentoring in how to motivate talent, how to get the best out of how to get the best out of someone, because we're shooting it. So it's that as I go and talk to my director without saying to my director, do this, do that. What can I say to a director that will motivate them and get the best out of them? And a lot of times it's motivating them to get the best out of them so they can now go do the same with the artist in front of the camera. What's going to motivate a great performance? What's going to get the most out of them? So it's those kinds of things. I did a TED Talk called Message to the Man Who Shot Me, right? And it was on YouTube for months.
Right.
And when I decided to when I recut it into a vertical video, put subtitles on it, and put it on my Instagram, so up until that point, it had less than 5,000 views on YouTube. I put it on Instagram, it had 14,000 in the same day. It has 27,000 now. And even when you look at, they give you the insights, you can really see the engagement. Massive difference between that and a normal thing. So that's everything. And I know, and speaking from other social media people, had I just taken the horizontal video and put that on my thing, it wouldn't have been the same, right? Making it so I can watch it like this, taking that content and reshaping it and cutting it together so that it works on the new platform. Luckily, it's me sitting in a stool, so I didn't have to do much.
Right.
But this is the reality of, you want to reach the people now, you have to deal in what it is, right? How are people, where are you going to be showing it? How are on that platform, how do they watch it? Right, you might have had these conversations with, like, when there's a while everywhere I went, Facebook, I guess, went around explaining to people, like, oh no, square videos get the best. Square videos, that's what you want to do. Square videos people respond to. And and then Instagram it was only square. Remember, the only choice you had was to do square. And now they've opened up the platform, but square is still part of the conversation. Shoot for it. Right, so that, when things were square, maybe you could kind of do a square and a horizontal. You can't do vertical and horizontal at the same time. One of those things, it just doesn't work that way. So that being the case, again, so now you got to make a choice. Back when they used to show music videos on TV, back when TV shows were 4:3 and movies were 185 or 235, you had to make that choice. So for content creators, like, we want to do both at once. You can't. You just can't. You have to make a decision and you shoot for it, which is what we've done here. We've made decisions about what each video is going to be, and we're shooting for it. And that's how you do it. Like that. I think that experiment's been done with the new formats in media. Abandon your vertical, horizontal dreams. You either shoot for what it is, make a decision, and shoot that, or shoot both and double your time.
Right.
Not a lot has changed when it actually comes to shoot. You know, at the end of the day, you got a person in your camera, and you know, you can play with special effects occasionally, but at the, you know, you can only stray so far. And then we get right back to what it's always been: creativity and performance and interesting. Look, This Is America is the last big viral video. And as much as that was a big production, and you know they had all that stuff going on, you see how many people recreated that. Ultimately, people were able to recreate that because you had a warehouse and some people that were down to do it, right? And look what they did. Then there's something like, you know, beyond the I Did It, Hotline Bling, another big viral video. But that's the whole other side of the spectrum. You ain't doing that with just a bunch of friends. You know what I'm saying? You and your pals. It's just that it's not. It takes more than that. You need money. Right. But you see that, right? You see what you got going on there, and at the core of it, still comes down to creativity and performance. Drake's dancing, those big sets, those things together. Donald Glover's performance, the concept, that big scale of people, bringing that all together. So here you are now. This is the game we're playing, but with a camera or a phone like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. That shoots 4K, shoots slow motion, shoots underwater, stabilizes, has 3 lenses on. Like, you have all these options now happening where you're not just doing what once was. Where, you know, like just the last generation of cameras,
right,
you didn't have 3 lenses. You had 1 lens that you zoomed in on. And when you zoomed, you're like, oh, it kept getting worse. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're like, oh, I guess this is fine for my concert video, but it's not something you'd want to go and make a piece of, you know what I'm saying, content.
Right.
That's changed now. We're literally dealing in things that could only happen this year or just in this recent time. So this kind of marks that place that we're in. And by pulling in filmmakers and pulling in artists, we're talking to that side of innovation. Go use this new technology and shoot it for the new platforms. And what do we get?
That's cool.